Hi, I'm Jennifer Cody and we are going to make polenta today. 10 years ago, I tried making polenta. I said I'm never making it again. It took way too long and it wasn't that good. 10 years later, I tried it again and I had to strain the whole recipe because it had lumps in it. So the third time I made it, I said I'm gonna find a better way to make it. Okay, so our ingredients, the polenta cornmeal, you can find it at the grocery store, but if you go to the health food store, they have one that is not degerminated. It has the germ in it, it's whole grain. That's my favorite kind to use. We will use that, and after it's cooked with some boiling water, we're gonna add some Parmesan cheese, some cream, some butter, and sour cream. No wonder it is so good. But I have tried it with olive oil instead of the butter and yogurt instead of the sour cream, and it's still good. It's healthier that way. But if you're going for traditional, just stick with the other ingredients. Okay, so for starters, we are going to put the cornmeal in a bowl. And now the Italian traditional way of doing it is the opposite. You have a boiling water in a pot, but this way I can stir this in more smoothly. And I'm telling you, I tried putting the cornmeal into the boiling water and it just lumped up on me. So I prefer to do it like this, and it gets thicker, and then it's actually going to seem really watery at one point, but we're going to cook it and it will gradually get thicker again. We started with 1 cup of the cornmeal, and this is 4 cups of boiling water, and now it's going to go in the microwave. Okay, now what we're doing is a quick method with the microwave. I am giving this polenta 2 minutes or so, and I'm going to do this like 10 times. Just stirring it every couple of minutes, and eventually it's already getting thicker. Eventually it's very smooth, it's cooked all the way, and I didn't have to stand there for too long doing that. Okay, so this has cooked like 10 or 12 minutes actually, depending on how your microwave runs. It'll go faster, or up to 20 minutes. We are now going to put in a 1/2 cup of Parmesan, and we want this to melt in, and this is part of why polenta can seem so smooth and delicious, because it's got all these ingredients just kind of meld together and the flavors complement each other. There we go. And some salt. We will put in a teaspoon of salt. And it looks like the Parmesan is all melted through, so we're ready to add the remaining ingredients. We've got a 1/4 cup of cream. This does make enough servings for maybe 8, so it seems like a lot, but it's going to make a lot too. And some butter. Like I said, if you want, you can use some olive oil. I just put in 2 tablespoons of butter and a 1/2 cup of cream, sour cream. And this is where you can use yogurt in place of the sour cream. That will lighten it up a little. And if you're going for the traditional, just add the cream and the sour cream. And there are no lumps in this, and it wasn't too tricky. I just added the boiling water to the cornmeal. If you want, you can take the bowl and pour it into your pan and put it in the oven and let it bake in the oven and stir it every 5 or 10 minutes. If you use the microwave, you can just cook it a couple minutes and stir. Okay, now we are going to take this hot polenta and pour it in here, just for serving it. It's very soft right now, but it will set up in about another 5 or 10 minutes. There we go. Yeah. And once it sets up, you can slice it into serving sizes, or you can serve it soft. Just put a scoop of this like mashed potatoes on a plate. Okay, and this has set up. I just set it aside for maybe 10 or 20 minutes, which is convenient if you're trying to prepare your meal, and you can just make this ahead and set it aside. You can put it back in the oven if you want. To serve it, I have some pesto, and I can show you that recipe another time, and put a little color on there. Some sun-dried tomato. You could add fresh tomato. I'll add a little parsley, and it's ready to serve.